The COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted governments and private sector investment into infrastructure. Moreover, other factors contributing to the slowing down includes rising food, energy prices, potential interest rate hikes, supply chain disruptions, climate change disaster, and lastly, rising geopolitical tensions. To continue this economic growth in the long run, overcoming the pandemic is the main solution. This issue is a significant challenge to those poor and developing countries with limited funding capacity to deal with the pandemic. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have one simple question for you. Who can make a change? That's right, everyone. Everyone can make a change. So that's why G20 matters. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. I am Akbar Ibrahim, a student from SMK Darut Tauhid Boarding School. I was one of the young generations that has experienced the disaster of the global pandemic. I do hope that things will get better for everyone. Here I am to share with you about the importance of the G20 role in dealing with recovering of the world's economic from now or even in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very proud as an Indonesian that my country hosted the G20 presidency. Now, based on my research, there are some reasons why this presidency is very important in every single country in this world. First of all, we are forced to focus on the civil society. It is seen that the Civil 20 engagement group urged the governments, the leaders of the G20 countries to pay more attention on the civil society issues and be more transparent in the policy-making process. According to Bini Bukhari of the C20 Steering Committee, the involvement of civil society organizations in the policy-making process is very important, so the policies are truly inclusive and no one is left behind. Thus, the C20 urged the government to accommodate the aspiration of the world civil society, which is divided into 7 working groups. Then, secondly, the G20 is representing the developing countries, and Indonesia is one of them. The G20 represents the power of the global south and deliver an agenda that closely impacts on the people's daily lives. Moreover, the policy-making process could have been more transparent. Implementation of commitments remains a challenge, and priority issues continue to be discussed without sufficient inputs from groups that are most affected by the recommended policy outcomes. Last but not least, it's all about education. As a student, I am very sad to see that the pandemic has caused setbacks for vulnerable groups, as 1.6 billion learners and 73% from the age of 18 until 29 years old had been impacted by the post-pandemic circumstances to access to quality of learning for education, training, and employment in 112 countries. So, the G20 is paying more attention to those girls, students with disabilities, those in disaster areas, and other marginalized children. In addition, a digital gap, and those with limited access are still left behind, and this issue remains unsolved. In the end, I believe that these issues could be fixed if we stick together. This G20 presidency is asked to hear all the people's voices to address the multidimensional crisis worldwide, so we can recover together and rebuild anything that had been wrecked by the pandemic. Recover together, recover stronger. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.